Did you two also work together?
We did, yeah.
All right, where did you guys work?
We work at a nightclub.
Doing what?
We dance.
This is the plaintiff, Jessica Daly. She says she and the defendant were friends, but then they moved in together and everything changed. The defendant wasn't taking care of herself. She wasn't a good influence on her young daughter, and she invited undesirables over. Bottom line, she moved out and owes her $3,000 for unpaid rent. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Ashley Ferriolo. She says the plaintiff body shamed her on social media, saying she had saggy body parts and this was mean and hurtful to her. After that, they weren't getting along, and the plaintiff kicked her out of the apartment they shared, and she had no place to live. Oh, her rent money? No way. She's accused of leaving a friend high and dry.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
The People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milian is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay. Ms. Daly, you are suing your former roommate, Ms. Ferriolo, for $3,000 in back rent. Tell me, how did you two meet?
So I've known her since high school. We got close after high school. When I moved into that house, when I was looking for a house, I found that home and me and her were friends. I told her that she could rent out the room. It was a 3-bedroom house, so we agreed that it was fair that I wasn't asking her for a full half of the rent because I had 2 bedrooms. So we agreed on $800 a month rent for her to rent out the bedroom.
All right, and then the other bedroom that you had was occupied by whom?
My daughter.
And your daughter's how old?
5.
Okay, so you're living there together, and what goes wrong?
So we started not getting along. We had a big fallout probably July of the summer that I asked her to leave. When I asked her to leave, she wouldn't leave because she didn't have anywhere to go.
Was this in the middle of COVID?
Yeah, it was like when everything started to kind of open back up a little bit over the summer, they started to open up bars and stuff like that.
So what happens? How long was she living there?
I moved in the house October 2019. She left August 2020.
When did she move in?
She moved in the same day I moved in.
Oh, okay. All right, now...
We moved in literally together. We packed up a moving van and moved it into the house together.
Okay, and whose name is on the lease?
My name is on the lease.
Why isn't
her name? Because I have a child. I didn't feel comfortable putting her on the lease as well because I have a child in the house. So I wanted the house to be mine, but we had an agreement that, you know, she was still going to pay her half of the rent, her part of the bills.
It's not her half of the rent. It's her part of the rent, right? It's $800,
yeah,
right? Okay. All right, so then... Did you two also work together?
We did, yeah.
All right, where did you guys work?
We work at a nightclub.
Doing what?
We dance.
Okay, and had you been dancing together before you were living together? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
We were working together for a few years before that. We were friends for a few years before I asked her to move in.
All right, so what is it that, that you think caused the blow up then? What was it that caused the blow up?
She wasn't taking care of her section of the house. I have a young child that lives in my house who can easily walk into the bedroom at any point. You know what I mean? And she wasn't taking care of those simple things that I was asking her to.
Meaning
so
leaving things lying around?
Correct. Like leaving things that a child should not get into around.
Like what?
Like I asked her drugs.
Okay. So you tell her she has to leave and you're suing her for rent, but tell me about when you all stopped paying rent.
We stopped paying rent when COVID hit. It was that March. So we actually spoke to the landlord, and the landlord agreed that we weren't having to pay him in that time. He said, okay, don't worry about it. You know, I don't have anybody else to rent the house out to right now because of COVID. So he told us to just stay in the house. So we had talked to the landlord. he agreed to not have us pay him while we were there, right? So then June came around and he called my phone and he said, you know, listen, if you guys can't afford to stay, you're going to have to go. At this point, we still weren't back at work and there was nowhere to move to. And there was literally no houses like available. There was nowhere to go. So I told him, you know, we have nowhere to go. We have to stay. So I'm going to have to owe, you know, from that point.
That'll show him. All right. So March, April, and May, he didn't charge you rent. And then June,
July, August, September. But she left August. So I was only asking her for half of what was owed.
All right, let me hear from you, Ms. Ferriolo. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on here.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I'm just a little shook as I have not seen her in a very long time. She is correct. When we moved, she asked me to move in with her. I was living with my mom. I was not really dancing at the time. That's why I agreed. And again, she also has her daughter, so she had the third bedroom. Mind you, the house was very, very small. My room was very, very small. I did not have a lot of living space anyway. But I was okay with that. I, you know, we're friends for a very long time, about 7 years. So we've traveled all over together and I decided, you know what, I can help her out and also, you know, maybe get me out of the house, get me, you know, on my feet. So everything's pretty much fine. Me and her always fight on and off all the time, as normal friends do. Until an incident happened to where she was just, I guess, completely done with me. But I did actually change the locks in the bedrooms when I was at her house. So there was multiple occasions that Jessica did pick my locks and break into my bedroom.
What for?
I was not allowed to have anybody over.
What was she? Stop. Why was she breaking into your bedroom?
For whatever reason.
Did she steal anything?
I would go to work. No.
Okay, so what do you think was the reason?
Just the snoop, I think, to see what was going on. I don't know why. She has a daughter, so I locked my room.
Okay.
Got new locks. So there was multiple occasions when I came home and my door was open. Let that slide. Not a big deal. I do have a video from July 4th of 2020 of Jessica screaming at me, belligerent, telling me that she's going to throw all of my stuff on the front porch, and that I'm no longer welcome in her house. So I got myself out. And I had to call the cops. They had to escort me in the house because Jessica refused to give me my things.
No, calm down. You're not calm. Okay, so listen to me right now. I'm leaving to go home. Okay. Every single thing of yours outdoors. Okay, fine. Open the fucking door. That's fine. Talk to me like a grown adult and open the door. I don't, because you're not being a grown adult. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay, so when did you end up moving out of the house?
Right after that. Like, I would say July 6th or 7th. I would have to, I guess, get the police report of when the cops came and had to escort me with my things out because Jess wouldn't let me in the house to get my things, so I did have to call the cops. They had to escort me in.
Does anyone have that police report? Do you have that police report, Ms. Daly?
I do not know, but I called the police the day that she showed up at my house to get her stuff.
No, she didn't. I did.
It was July. I mean,
I called the day before.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So there's absolutely the only thing that's in dispute is did you move out in July or did you move out in August? So the question is, June, July, and August, did you pay any rent?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so why are you suing for $1,000 when you have a month when you have explained to me that her rent was only $800 a month?
Because I was just asking her for half of what was owed.
Why would you do that when that's not her responsibility? Her responsibility is $800 a month. Why wouldn't you just sue for what she owes you?
I don't know.
Okay, have you paid the landlord anything?
Yeah, of course.
What have you paid the landlord?
The day I moved out of that house, I gave them $3,000.
And the $3,000 was to cover what?
Part of what they wanted back.
What months? What months?
It was, well, I don't really know how they broke it down, but they told me that I owed, it was like $6,100 something on
Based on what, though? I need to know what it's broken. I mean, you may be, well, whatever they say, I'll just pay. But you have to prove in court what that was. I mean, why would she, I guess what I need you to explain to me is, I don't know, since you don't know why they charge you what they charge you, I couldn't care less, I guess, about that. The one thing she would be responsible for, since you took it upon yourself to be the only person the landlord could sue because you decided you wanted the lease in your own name. The only thing she would owe you is what you and she agreed that she would owe you, which is $800 a month. So now my question is, why haven't you paid the amount of money that you do owe? Because the landlord let March, April, and May go, but the landlord did not let June, July, and August go. You say you left in July. Why wouldn't you owe June and July at the very least, Miss Ferriolo?
We just weren't conversing.
Okay. And so what was this last fallout about?
I don't think she wants to hear that on TV.
Well, I do.
She thinks I told a secret to people that she has of hers, which is just blatantly childish. So, literally stupid reasons.
You didn't make a Facebook status about me?
No, I didn't, and I would love to see it.
About what I did.
No, I think I have a lot of screenshots of your Facebook of where you're body shaming me and writing my name and calling me disgusting, telling my job, all the people we work with, telling me you're going to beat me up, you're going to show up where I live, like just completely threatening and disgusting.
Do you two work together right now?
Yes, we do. I had to switch my shifts to accommodate to her. I have to work a different schedule now than her.
'Cause what?
Because she can't control herself.
Wait,
no, she cannot control herself.
Did something happen at the
club?
Go ahead.
No, but the boss told me I'm not allowed to work on her shifts because that's what she wanted. So she went to my boss and said I have to move my whole schedule around just because she doesn't want to see me. Even though I told her I would help her out, but I'm not paying for months that I was not there.
She's lying.
No, I'm not. Why would I lie?
Okay, we're done. Stop. I'm ordering the defendant to pay the plaintiff $1,600. I'm giving you 7 days, Ms. Daly, to come up with the police report, which is, I think, going to be the best evidence of whether she was still in August. In fact, I'll give you 2 weeks. I'll give you 2 weeks to come up with it. And once you show me a police report and I see the date on it, if that date happens to be August, then she's going to owe you another month. If that date is in August, all right? So that's how we're going to handle it. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you.
So, in this dispute between two ladies and dancers who can't get along with each other anymore, the defendant, Ms. Ferriolo, owns Ms. Daly $1,600. You still do work together, right? But you don't see her at the same time.
Yes, sir.
She's changed.
Yes, sir. And I have no problem paying her that money. I just hope she stops messaging me on Facebook because I'm tired of seeing her.
All right, you got to pay it. That's it. All right. Ms. Daly, is it true you made the boss change your schedules so that she is not working with you anymore, at the same time?
The last time me and her worked a shift together, I was actually being nice to her. I was trying to talk to her, and she ended up leaving in the middle of the shift. I was trying to be an adult about it, and she just was blatantly ignoring me. So,
well, good enough. Congratulations. You will get that rent money finally.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Harvey?
So, Doug, when you move into a place with somebody else, if they've had the place before you or if you're both moving in at the same time together, it doesn't matter. Set the ground rules the very first day, even before you sign the lease. Set the ground rules on who is owed who what, when somebody can move out, who's responsible for security, as much detail as you can. That may sound uncomfortable, but I am telling you, if you have watched this show at all for the last 38 years, you will see scores of these cases where that isn't done and it ends up in a legal dispute.
If I loaned my daughter-in-law money and she signs a promissory note but only makes a few payments and then stops, can I sue her without affecting my son? She borrowed the money for her family without his knowledge. They are separated now, but still legally married. I'm wondering if I sue her, will my son have to pay? We live in Oklahoma.
Well, that might be a marital debt that is incurred by the two of them together in the course of their marriage. So it may not be possible to prosecute a lawsuit against her without him being brought in either as a co-debtor or as an obligor, someone who's going to end up having to pay.
He may not be an obligor because he didn't borrow the money, doesn't even know about it. Maybe. But it's going to be their joint money that's going to have to pay it back. So, and I think that's so when you say without it affecting my son, since they're still legally married and everything is 50-50, it'll still potentially, quote, affect him, I guess.
Right. So they don't say how much money it was, do they?
It wasn't much, but, so she should just go ahead and sue her.
Right.
And then, you know, by the time, maybe they'll be divorced by the time it comes in front of a judge.
But will she then join him into the lawsuit?
I don't think she can, though. Why, though? Why? Why would she be able to? She borrows money on the sly. If you turn around and you indebt yourself to someone, why would I have to pay your debt?
Was it really money borrowed on the sly? Yes, that's all those things. You start peeling away the layers, and you find out everybody's got a story, and they're all different.
Right, but I don't think that husbands and wives. I mean, it's not. I don't think husbands and wives aren't naturally indebted. There used to be a time when a husband was responsible for the debts of the wives, and I was actually a judge during that time, so I remember that time. Then that got done away with in Florida and most everywhere else.
It's a common law rule.
Right. It was like, so if your wife incurred a debt, you incurred a debt. Right. But that's gone. So really, it's, you know, you can separately incur debts. The thing is, it's going to get paid out of joint money while all your money's joint.
This is the plaintiff, Shakima Smith. She says she purchased natural hair extensions from the defendant, but when she had her hairdresser install them, they looked awful. The quality of the hair was terrible. She got made fun of by her friends because she looked so bad, and she's here seeking a refund of the $1,769.74 she's now owed. This is the defendant, Layla Gonzalez. She says the plaintiff's been buying hair from her since 2015, and she's always been a difficult customer, to say the least. She's not returning this woman's money because she wore the hair extensions on her head for 2 months. The plaintiff actually owes her money, and she can't wait for the judge to decide in her favor today. She's accused of causing a bad hair day. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $600 for the money she's still owed.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought hair extensions from the defendant, says the extensions were lousy and she wants a refund. But the defendant says the plaintiff has always been a difficult customer since 2015, and she's not returning her money because she walked around with her hair on her head for 2 months. It's the case of a very bad hair day.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Smith, you're suing Ms. Gonzalez for $1,769 in damages that you say you have incurred because of bad hair she sold you. Tell me what happened.
Yes, so I'm a travel influencer. I've been featured in Forbes, USA Today, The Washington Post, Business Insider.
Tell us what a travel influencer is.
So I travel the world as a female solo traveler. I've been to 57 countries, and I blog about it. And so I've been in, like I said, a lot of major U.S. publications. I actually got the cover of USA Today, and I got an Essence magazine article in the same week. So I say that information to you, Your Honor, to just kind of set precedence for that my image is everything. I recently just signed a non-disclosure to meet with TV producers for a network, so for my own show. So my hair always has to be done. So I purchased hair from Ms. Gonzalez. I have been purchasing hair from her since 2015. So I reached out to her in April, and I asked to purchase her hair extensions again. She said the hair extensions are $960, but if you pay through Venmo, it'll be $700. And so I said, okay, I'll pay through Venmo. So I went to her house on April 30th to pick up the hair. And when I went to her home to pick up the hair, she was not home. Her boyfriend actually brought me out the hair to the car. I looked at the hair. It was shedding all over the place. I sent you pictures of that as well, Your Honor.
What do you mean by it was shedding all over the place? It was literally falling off as you looked at it?
Yes. So when I took it out the box to inspect it, it was shedding all in the car.
All right. So you gave that back to the boyfriend. You text her. You say, I don't want this hair. And
yes,
he goes in and gets you different hair.
Yes. And so I went and I paid for the hair to be installed, and I told her.
Wait, so the different hair was okay, right? Or it looked okay?
It looked okay.
It looked okay. All right.
Yeah. So the hair was started shedding really bad, and I reached out to her on May 9th.
When did it start? Wait. You paid to have the extensions put in, and when after that did it start shedding really badly?
It started shedding immediately. But after about 8 days, I just couldn't take it anymore. So on May 9th, I reached out to the defendant and I said, hey, I would like to take this out. Can I get the bundles that I was supposed to get? And she said, yeah, but if you want, you can wait until your hairstylist takes this out.
Okay.
And then...
Okay, hold on one second. I do see text, Ms. Gonzalez, where on May 9th, hey, girl, this hair is shedding bad. Do you still have the real hair I was supposed to get? Why does she say the real hair I was supposed to get? Did your boyfriend hand her the wrong thing the second time?
I wasn't there. First that he brought up, because I told him, grab the hair off the wall. I have it separate from everything else. He grabbed the wrong hair. Here at the bottom of my wall, I don't sell because I have to rewash it. He brought that hair up. So then he brought up other hair. She checked the 4 bundles and she messaged me and said, okay, hun, I'm going to go ahead and send
and then
it over
on the
because
9th,
these look
she
good.
says, she pays you. And then on the 9th, how much did she pay you?
Altogether it was $700. But can I clarify when she said I could pay her through Venmo?
No, I don't really care. It doesn't matter to the case. All right, hey, girl, this hair is shedding bad. Do you still have the real hair I was supposed to get? Is she just like implying that this isn't real hair?
No, she's implying that the first batch of hair that she got was not the hair intended. The second batch he brought up was actually your hair for you.
So you say to her, on May 9th, you say to her, yes, hair is being washed. I will let you know once it's dry. Should be done by tomorrow or Tuesday. Okay, just let me know when you're ready to change it. I will put your hair to the side for you. Okay, babes, everything's still good in June. Hi, my love, is the hair ready? Girl, I can't take these bundles. They're shedding like no tomorrow. The hair is tangled so bad.
Okay, that was a month later. I didn't expect her to go 30 days.
Wait, is it Saturday? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
All right, so you're still working with her in June.
Yes,
you told her, let me know when you're ready to change it. So she let you know when she was ready to change it.
But when I said the text before that, I said that the hair would be, when she messaged me and said, do you have hair for me? I said, yes, the hair will be ready tomorrow or the next day. Or when you're ready. But that doesn't mean, that's abusing the system to go 30 days. Because the thing is, when you do an install, the install takes, usually women keep their install in 4 to 6 weeks. So if you had it in for 6 weeks, you had a full wear of the hair.
Okay,
so
let's go on. But then, so she reaches out to you a month later, but you don't say to her, hey, it's been a month. What are you kidding me? But you say, because you're working with her, let me put some together for you Monday. You have the 3 bundles in your head and the one you never installed. She says, no, we installed 4. I have an event Monday. Let me weigh the hair.
Now, she told me she was only going to put 3 in because I asked her to ask her stylist, which he sends me a lot of his business. And I said, ask the stylist, he's a professional, if the hair looks okay before installing. She said, okay. She messaged me, 3 bundles are good, but 1 is we're not so sure about.
Okay, and I did see that. So then, as it turns out, though, a month later, we find out that she put all 4 in her hair, right?
All 4.
Ms. Smith, that's true, right?
That one.
Ms. Smith and only Ms. Smith, that's true, right? You did end up putting, you had said one batch was, one of the 4 that I bought was bad, but then you ended up putting all 4 in your hair, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I did, because the hair was very thin. And so the extensions were looking very thin. So we had to put in all 4. And I tried to keep conditioning the hair. I tried to do things.
Okay. So now we have text on June 28th. Hey, babe, I just opened up the hair. This is the new hair that you picked up, correct?
Yes, she picked up new hair.
Okay. One of these bundles looks nappy AF. And I don't even want to bother putting this hair in my head because I have to pay $160 for it. What is this a picture of? Right. This picture here is a picture.
This is a picture of the hair looking like almost an afro in the back. Like, Your Honor, if you look at my hair, how it is right now on camera, it's very silky. It's fine. When you look at that picture that you just referenced, if you can pull the picture back up, Your Honor, for reference, the picture, look at this hair. I can't even get, it's nappy. Is
this your old install or your new install?
Yeah. Which install is this?
I'm not.
How many times did you install her hair?
I installed it on, I think, May 1st, the same day I brought the first batch, and then like maybe July 1st or something like that. So this, I'm not sure if this is the older first bundles or if this was the new. I don't know. But
I can't tell because don't interrupt. In your text, you say, I don't even want to bother putting the second batch in my head. Did you put the second batch in your head, though?
Oh, yes. Yes. And I have a video of that. Yes. But this was my issue with the defendant. After I've just gotten a second batch of bad hair, I don't want any more bad hair.
I know, and that's fine if you hadn't installed it in your head. but you used it, and now you want all your money back. You used both batches in your head. So when you use it, if you had just said, this is such bad hair, I don't want it, and given it back, we'd be, I could see your case. But you went ahead and put it, well, I had to because I'm very popular and I have to take, this is my bread and butter is the internet and I'm moving and I'm shaking and I get that. But then you used it. So now here we are, even after you use the second batch, she's willing for you to exchange it again. And your answer is no, I want all my money back. And she's answering, well, no, because you've been 2 months with my hair, so you got to pay me something, so that's not going to work. Now she offers to pay half back. And why isn't that acceptable, Ms. Gonzalez?
Okay, so I've never given cash refunds when it comes to my business ever. Just a slight little history about this. She knows that I don't give cash refunds because a few years ago, I literally had to, what I call, fire her as a customer. She purchased hair from me. She had the hair for 6 months, over 3 installs. And she called me on Valentine's Day and she said to me, I'm in the middle of getting a Valentine's Day gift. And she says, hey, I'm getting my hair dyed. And
don't answer. If you're in the middle of getting a Valentine's Day gift, why do you answer? Don't answer.
I have a small company, but I'm very big on my customer service. I come from the hotel.
They can wait. You can return the call in an hour when you're done getting the gift. Go on. If I were the one giving you the gift, they'd be held to pay. If in the middle of opening my gift, you end up, answering someone's text. Go on.
He was very upset by it, but she said to me, one of the packs wouldn't die. And I said, okay, I don't know what to tell you. You could bring it to me and I could try to fix it for you when I get back after the holiday. She said, no, I need it today. And I was like, what do you want from me? She's like, I need you to give me a whole free pack. And I said to her, you had the hair almost 6 months. How long am I indebted?
So why did you then, years later, why did you take her back as a client?
So I didn't take her as a client for almost a year to 2 years.
What does that mean? That she's asking you and that you're just not answering?
She's hitting me up. She's messaging me. She's calling me. She actually said, Layla, please. And I hope that she doesn't say that she didn't do this. She said, please give me another chance. Let's do this again.
Well, let's see, Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith, do you admit that the history between the two of you is the way she just described it?
That is absolutely. Let me tell you something. If Layla was about the integrity of her company, the way that she says, like, I don't have to beg anybody to pay them. If she wouldn't have answered the phone for me one time, then she would have never gotten my money in her pocket.
Let's talk about what you're suing for. You want $700 that you paid for the hair. You want $178 for the hair installation. Unnecessary for a second time. Yeah, but you chose to do it instead of returning the hair. You want $110 for additional hair bundle in your attempt to fix. You want $658 for a new set of hair extensions, I guess, from someone else?
Yes.
So you understand how that would mean that you got hair extensions for months and months for free? If you're not paying anybody, you're not paying for the new one, you're not paying for the old one. And then you want $123.74 photographer deposit miss shoot where? Paris?
So I was supposed to have a photo shoot in Paris, but I couldn't do the photo shoot in Paris because of the hair. So, Your Honor, I actually took two videos.
Okay, why didn't you just get your hair done somewhere else and go to your photo shoot?
Because this was a big photo shoot for my company, and I felt like the hair was just so bad.
Yeah, but why didn't you just get it fixed somewhere else and sue for that? Like, if it was so bad, why didn't you go somewhere, get it fixed, and then go to Paris anyway and do your shoot? You sure parents didn't cancel for a different reason?
I was just trying to get better hair.
Why are you counterclaiming against her for unreturned hair extensions, $600? If she paid for the hair, those would be hers.
Okay, so when she asked to change the hair, I said, no problem, just bring the other hair that you have. When I do an exchange on the hair with any of my customers, I say, bring the other hair back and I'll exchange you a new batch. She said, no problem. But then when she came, she said, hey, Layla, I still have the hair in my head. I didn't take it out. I don't have anything to exchange for you right now. But when I take this out, can I just bring that back to you when I have the girl take it out? Usually I don't do that, but I'm trying my best to keep the peace. So I said to her, no problem. Just go ahead, get your hair out. When you get it out, bring the other hair back.
She never returned that hair?
But she never brought any of the hair back to me. She has all 7 packs.
Is that accurate? Do you have all 7 packs?
No, when I got my hair taken out the following Monday at the Dominican salon, I then brought the hair back to her in a bag that said priority mail, and then I stuffed the bundles in there and put them on her porch. I did not keep her bundles.
On what day did you do that?
Whatever Monday that was.
No, I'm asking you to tell me, what Monday was it?
Okay.
Because I assume I'm going to see some text traffic about that.
I've never received hair.
And I assume I'm going to see some text that says, hey, I dropped off the hair.
Yeah, I can't find the text messages, but as soon as they
I never
took the
see
hair
you saying, hey, I
head,
dropped off the hair. And her position is you've never dropped off the hair. And, you know, and here I've got a text from her to you saying this is the second time you did this. Last time you had the hair for 6 to 7 months and wanted a refund because one pack wouldn't die. You are by far the only person I've ever had to deal with like this. Twice during my time of business and was still ready to rectify. The insults make it impossible. I'm never going to be forced to do business under these type of circumstances. I won't be handled or strong-armed. It's never a need to come at some time the way you do.
But, Your Honor, you're missing the video that was sent before that I sent to you. Can you play the video? Because that video is proof of what the hair actually looked like, and I want everyone to see what the hair looked like, which was why I didn't want to buy another, which was why I didn't want the third
bundle. No, that's fine if you don't use it. The problem, you don't seem to understand that when you use it, you can't use it for free.
This is the hair that she gave me, and this looks crazy. As you guys could see, I can't even...
When did you get it put in?
I just got it put in, and...
You just got that installed?
These were replacement bundles, actually. But the replacement bundles, this is what I was left with. This is how it looks. It looks bad.
Is there a different video also that you wanted me... This one?
Yes, Your Honor. Look at this. Okay. A whole hot mess. Now... instead of me making a new video, I'm just gonna do the camera like this. So y'all can actually see all the hair that went everywhere. Can you see that? Look at that. Here it is. There it is. Welcome to Layla's Virgin Curl. This is what her hair looks like. She didn't want to give me a refund at all.
Did you post this?
I posted it on Instagram after she said she wouldn't give me a refund. I told her,
and you said if you don't give me a refund, I'm going to attack you on Instagram. And then you posted it, and you have how many followers?
52,000.
All right.
Your Honor, would you wear hair that looked like that?
No, I wouldn't, but I'd have the hair and I'd return it to her. And that's where you're not understanding. This is a contracts case, okay? You keep saying, this looks terrible, and even if I were to agree with you, it's like me buying a pair of pants at Macy's and then saying, I hate these pants, give me my money back. And they say, sure, give me the pants back. I'm like, no, I'm going to wear them. I'm wearing them now and I'm going to wear them later because I got to look good, so I got to wear. Well, then but you can't get your money back unless you give me the product back. No, I want my money back and I want to use the product. That's the part you're not understanding. If you're not willing to give back the item and then you say, oh, I gave back the second item. Okay, wait. What you say is I gave back the first item when I had the second item. And then, but you
put in.
Right. But there's zero proof of that. You know that, right? She says that didn't happen. And nowhere in the text do you say, hey, hun, I dropped by and dropped it off. It's on your porch. There's nothing. There's no, I'm going to drop it off. And you guys talk a lot. You communicate a lot. And in any event, you still have the second batch anyway. So even if that were true, you still have the second batch that you say, I mean, if you had returned everything that she had given you, and there were proof that you returned it, I would sit there and say, oh my God, she returned everything. She didn't use it. It was really inferior to her liking. But you're using it, and then I want my money back. Now, let me ask you, Ms. Gonzalez, yes, I saw in the text where you say this is the same thing you pulled the last time, where you wanted money back. But you do business with her, and then I just saw this video. What do you say about this video? I wanted to give you a chance to respond to the video.
Definitely, because this is my reputation on the line, I feel like. But I don't have one girl that has ever taken me to court. It's so important that they are happy to me because that's my business. So I've been working with her for so long, but it's always been clear I do not give cash refunds, but I'm happy to exchange it here. Even when she called me a month later, I sent you pictures of her that whole month. I think she was in El Salvador with the hair. She was swimming.
Oh, wait,
she was surfing. The whole month she's surfing. She's in the water. She's taking beautiful glam shots. the hair looks beautiful.
Ms. Gonzalez, you would never have gone after her for that second hair unless she had sued you. You did this because she sued you. You were quite happy replacing the hair, but you were never going to get paid for that second hair. You weren't going to get paid for it, were you?
For the second batch of hair, I wasn't getting paid for it. I was just getting an exchange. But I could have returned that back to my supplier and got refunded myself.
Right. So why wouldn't you just return the second batch to her so that she could do what she's saying?
I actually have the second batch here, but because I posted about her on Instagram saying that this was her nappy hair, she blocked me and we never spoke again. And when I came back to the United States, I sent her a text message in August. I said, Layla, I am now back in the U.S. because, again, I don't.
So here's what's going to happen. Don't do business with each other anymore. It doesn't work. On your lawsuit against Ms. Gonzalez, 0. And on Ms. Gonzalez's lawsuit against you, I'm ruling in favor of the defendant in the amount of the $600. Good luck, folks.
Ms. Smith, let me ask you what your reaction is. How do you feel about it? I know you're not happy.
I don't feel great, but okay.
By the way, you say you've been in 57 different countries. What do you do in all these countries? What are you doing there?
I'm on a living spree. I'm just living life.
Just living life. All right, Ms. Gonzalez, let me ask you, are you kind of upset you got sued? I'm sure you are. What are you thinking?
I am upset because I feel like I'm always willing to work with my girls. Always.
Well, listen, you prevailed. She's got to give you $600. So congratulations.
Absolutely.
So, Doug, we have talked about this before, but this is just, again, evidence that the king in court are photos and videos. And, you know, the fact that the plaintiff had this video is really relevant because you need to bring to life what you're trying to show the judge. It may be that you could bring an item into court and the judge can look at it and evaluate it. But when this plaintiff says that the hair was wonky, you want to see what it was like as soon after the job as possible. And here, you know, the plaintiff brought the video in. The judge was able to look at the video and then evaluate it on that basis. Photos and videos are absolute king. Final word, shout out to the plaintiff for the pink bikini.
My vehicle was hit in a parking lot. Minimal damage, new bumper needed. Submitted all the information to the insurance company from the other driver. A week later, the vehicle was hit again before the repair was started. The damage is in the same place in the opposite side. Does the first driver's insurance pay, or do I submit it to the second driver's information?
Normally, if you get hit by driver A and you make a claim and you haven't yet gotten the repair done, and then you get hit by driver B on another part of the car, they're two different claims.
But this sounds like it's the same part of the car.
It would be insurance fraud to go against only one company with two claims. But, like you said, this is a weird situation because he's had it diagnosed by the body shop, and the body shop's already told him you need a new bumper. At least that's implied in his answer. The question. But if this person is not 100% sure, these guys can work magic with bumpers. Sometimes you think, oh my God, that's destroyed, I need a new bumper, and they go back.
But who pays for it, the first guy or the second guy?
Well, I mean, the first guy was already on the hook for the bumper, right?
Right.
So.
And then what the second guy hit was a bad bumper.
Right, a damaged bumper.
Right.
Maybe.
So, if I'm you, you submit to the two companies,
let them
each driver's insurance, and you tell them, listen, you guys talk to each other, work it out, let that marinate, and come back to me and tell me who's giving me a new bumper.
Right.
That's how you handle it.